Once a prison for the living, it is now a prison for the dead. Those are the words I once heard someone use to describe the Ohio State Reformatory. Hello, and welcome to Travel with Austin. I'm Austin, and today we are going to be talking about the hauntings of the Ohio State Reformatory. The Ohio State Reformatory, also sometimes known as the Mansfield Reformatory, and of course best known for being the filming location of the Shawshank Redemption, was designed by architect Levi Schofield, who also designed other notable buildings such as the Ridges. Construction on the reformatory began in 1886, with the prison opening in 1896, although construction wasn't fully completed until 1910. Originally, the reformatory was built for first-time offenders and was meant to reform them, sending them back to society with education and skills to help them learn a trade or to get a job and stay out of prison. However, this all changed in 1930 with a fire at the Ohio Penitentiary in Columbus. The prison then became home to many misplaced prisoners who had committed heinous crimes such as murder or rape. The reformatory became a violent place, and during its operation, over 200 deaths occurred, including the death of 2 guards, the death of a warden's wife who accidentally shot herself, and the suicide of a prisoner who lit himself on fire. With such a history of tragedy and death, it is no surprise that the reformatory is said to be haunted, with many claiming that it is the most haunted place in the United States. In the warden's apartment, it is said staff members will often hear sounds of people talking after everyone has left for the day. It is also said in the pink bathroom, one can sometimes smell the rose perfume of Helen, the warden's wife who accidentally shot herself in the apartment. It is worth noting that Helen's surviving son, Theodore, does not believe his mother haunts the reformatory and actually detests the prison's modern-day use. Shadowy figures and the sounds of cell doors slamming are often heard in the cell blocks. Even during operation, inmates reported being afraid of invisible forces that seemed to come out at night, some even saying that they could feel hands tucking them in as they slept. People often report strange noises in this area, and of course they have also seen shadow figures walking around the cell blocks. Now, the basement underneath the cell block is also rumored to be haunted by a 14-year-old boy who was supposedly beaten to death in the basement. The chair room is said to be one of the most haunted places in the prison. The room is extremely unassuming, a small, windowless room that contains a single chair. But it is said that this room is inhabited by something dark, something sinister. Whatever this entity is, it prefers that the chair in the room stay in the middle, and it is said if you move the chair out of the middle and come back later, it will be back in its original spot. However, that is not all that happens here. This entity does get mad at those who entice it. People have been reported having been scratched or feeling like they're being punched while investigating the room. Many people also say that the room has a sinister energy. Finally, there is solitary confinement, also known as the hole. This is where you would go for breaking a prison rule. Conditions here were even worse, with weather extremes and little light. People here report footsteps, feeling people watching them, and even a few stories of glowing eyes coming from the empty cells. Personally, I have experienced footsteps alone in solitary. I have heard a whistle near the old reformatory classroom when I was all alone. And in the basement, I've caught a crystal clear EVP saying, "I didn't die here." I hope you enjoyed these stories of the hauntings of the Ohio State Reformatory. And if you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with a brand new video.